All right, Black Friday. It's record store day. Oh, heading out here. Cup of coffee there, set to go. And you should never, just word of warning, never drive and video at the same time. I'm pretty sure it's against the law, though. I'm not talking to someone on the phone. We're going to go out and see what we can find. I did not go out early enough to stand in line. I figured, it's cold out. It's not terrible cold though for Denver, I guess. It's about 30, so that's livable. And we'll just shoot right through that yellow light there. Alrighty then. Okay, so I think there will be plenty out there that I'll find what I need to find. And look at him go. He is really excited. Obviously, he's heading for a record store day Black Friday special. So, I think I'll hit 2, maybe 3 stores and see what I can hit. All right, here we go. All right, we're at the first stop for the day. This is Soldout Records. Look at that, record store day. This is really good. Look at this. They got a place selling coffee. There's in there. And how about this? A porta potty. Who brings out a porta potty for record store day? I think that's awesome. Store's been open about 50 minutes. The last of the line just got in there, so seems to be moving along pretty good. So let's go in and see. On the way down, though, it was there's a car in front of me. He's one of those cars that had the really hard bass. His license plate was shaking. Also, there's a lot of people really excited about Black Friday because they were passing me, and if you're passing me, you're really going fast. But let's see what's in here. All right, that was well done. Very well organized. They had a lot of stuff. They will be doing online tomorrow, and he says that's actually their biggest day when they do online because they had tons. He got his stuff in early, had it really well organized. It took a while. I mean, I think I waited a half hour or so inside the store, but better inside than outside because it's a lot warmer. But if I did need, there was a porta potty there, so I was good to go. So Soldout Records, very good. Picked up a few things. I'll probably show those a little bit later. All right, heading to the next one. Look at that. We got some sunlight now. You can see downtown Denver right in front of me, though I'm not going that far down, but I'm on what's called Broadway Street, where I know there's a couple more record stores right down the line to take a look to see what's here. Kind of nice. Usually this time of day, this is really backed up because my shop's not far from here, maybe about half mile from this area. So shall we say I know these streets pretty good around here. But we're going to the next, but yeah, look at that. It looks like it's going to be a beautiful day, around 60 degrees here in beautiful Denver. Though tomorrow we get snow. That's the weather forecast of the day, just in case you were wondering. But we haven't had snow yet this year, not a single flake. So there you go. That place you can get burritos, breakfast burritos. Seems kind of a popular spot. They just park their van there and they sell them. So let's go see what the next place has. All right, we're at the next place. This is Angelo CD and Vinyl. They have two spots in Denver. One's close to me. It's the smaller one. This is the larger one. It has an upstairs and downstairs, usually a pretty big selection. Record store day obviously has calmed way down. I think everyone can now take a break, probably getting donuts or something. There is no porta potty here. I thought that was a really cool thing to have that porta potty. That was pretty neat. So let's go ahead and see what they got left.
That's true. Yeah. Except that Jacob's sung some opera. Some gymnastics for it. Just publishing this out on the lot. You did the opposite of this. Jim never has 2 cups of coffee.
wound up buying one record. Actually, they had some really cool stuff on the wall, some very, very good stuff. But as I need gads, I don't know if I can afford that. They are not going to do online sales tomorrow. They're going to wait till Monday to do their online sales. They figure they're going to have enough traffic coming in over the weekend to keep trying to sell some of the stuff. They still had things like the Love box set. Prince, that's two that right away sold out. Both places only got 2 of them in, and they went out immediately. Kind of the hot item out there right now. I don't know, I guess. So, yeah, on to the next one. All right, we're making our way down Broadway to the next place. Broadway is just such a cool place. I'm in the antique area. This thing's packed with antique stores. Some pretty fascinating stuff you can find here. But there's one more store I want to check out down here. Then I'd have to head downtown, but I don't think I need to. I found one record at the last place. Not even a record store day thing. Well, fish and chips. That'd be a cool spot. So let's see what we find here. Day is turning out to be a beautiful day. And yeah, well, one more spot. All right, next stop here. We're coming up to Wax Trax. Once again on Broadway, which I think might be my favorite street in Denver. I really like it. But we'll see what they got in here. This is a smaller one. They have records, and then they have there's a vintage clothing store attached to it. I can't believe how freaking empty it is. This is amazing. But let's go in and check out what they have left. Well, guess what? I guess they don't do record store day here, or they don't open up early. Every other place has been open at 6 a.m. But this one wasn't. It looks like it opens at noon. It is a smaller Wax Trax. Maybe that's it. Maybe they don't get the business, but I was a little surprised on that. So, oh well. Guess we just won't see what they got going on there. Well, only 4 miles away from where I was at, look at the mountains there, is Invincible Vinyl. So I like Invincible Vinyl, though he does not do record store day, but oftentimes he brings in some really special records.
Crossing. Then at the stop sign, turn right onto South Santa Fe Drive.
And so my last place where it was closed, so well, it says you're only 4 minutes away from this, so why not?
At the stop sign, turn right onto South Santa Fe Drive.
So let's go see what happens here. And I don't know, since he doesn't do record store day, he probably is not going to be open, but you just never know. Oh, look at that. Look at that up there. Got snow on the peaks. Isn't that pretty? The sun. So let's go find out. Well, as expected, yeah, he's closed. Oh well, that's fine. We'll just call it saving some money. All right, one last spot. I just had a note from my friend Michael looking for a record. I had seen it my first spot, but I didn't know this, so I'm heading to another place to see what we can find. And we're just cruising now, man. There's just no traffic. This is, oh God, this is glorious. But we're going to the other Angelo tapes and see if I can find this record that my friend wants and pick it up for him. So we are not done yet with this record store journey. Look at the beautiful clouds. I think I mentioned it. We're supposed to get snow tonight. So I mean, I got all these signs along the road. Winter weather advisory. Though I think we're only supposed to get like a half inch, so I wouldn't call that much of winter weather. Well, this is like my days back in Detroit for record store day, back in the teens, where you'd go from place to place to place, seeing what was out there. Of course, that was usually, they only had the one record store day, which was always the big one. But we're going to go in here, see if I can see what they got left, and maybe find this record for my buddy. And I don't know, we'll see what maybe we have for me.
I should Chilling, man. Eat your bacon in bed and relaxing. And what day sweating up. But I did. I'm not alone. In the morning. She called me on the next day. And I missed this call. So then I called her right back. I texted him, was like,
Well, they don't have the one I needed.
Yeah, I did not say yeah. So I did do that. Yeah, I did do that.
They're coming from rotating the history of jazz class.
Oh yeah. He does know that there's one on the side.
I'm stoked you guys have that.
Man, I'm so glad we did.
Well, it's like everywhere. You go to Target, it's like it's just like it's not like a crazy record, but to play like to play. I'll get more out of it,
So I'm at the other Angelo's. I couldn't find the record for my buddy Michael, but I found a few things. Just talked with the guy that runs the place. They had about 25 people here. They opened at 6 a.m. You got a new owner, so you go, hey, let's do 6 o'clock. Which a few of them were, but you know, you saw some were open, some were not open. I think Twist and Shout, he was mentioning, is opening at 10. They didn't care, so that's what they're going to do. But they still had stuff here, though the kind of stuff most of what I was looking for wasn't there anymore. But you know, it's getting later in the day. You know, they've been open now for 3 hours. So I think that's going to be it for me for today. That was quite a bit of driving. Thanks for coming along with me. I will show you what I picked up, probably in a video tomorrow. Try to listen to some of it, but probably won't get it all done. So we'll see you then.